Hello everyone, welcome to Naomi's Bookshelf. These are my reading plans for July. I'm planning on doing Jane Austen July, as I do every year. I'm also planning on doing Beaches and Books because I need the motivation to pick up different kinds of books, so we're doing another readathon. I will link all the hosts in my description box. And then I also will be doing my normal TBR Clue. The way I play TBR Clue is I pick a card from the characters, the weapons, or the rooms, all mixed together, and I use that card to direct my choosing of a book. It's like a prompt. But I am not going to just like segregate it. I'm going to do that with my Jane Austen July books. So that will help me pick the specific authors I'm reading. I have a few options that I'm looking at. So let's get into the card pulls. I haven't yet completed last month's TBR, June's TBR, but I don't have any punishments. I just won't get the reward if that's the way it is. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish it, but I mean, I have another 8 days, so it's very possible, but with my reading life lately, not guaranteed. So let's get into the upcoming month's pulls and how we'll leave those books in. I think I will do the gameplay first and pick the books, and then at the end, I will go over anything that hasn't been covered yet. So I'm just going to pull them out like I did last time. I feel like that's a lot more natural. If Colonel Mustard or the Conservatory comes up, I might lose my mind. If you are wondering about that, you can check out previous videos, which are in a playlist, or I can just tell you here, they always show up. They always keep coming back. Colonel Mustard and the Conservatory. Drives me nuts. All right, ready? First one. I'm gonna lose my mind. But this does work, so we're gonna do it anyways. So for Colonel Mustard, we're doing Persuasion. This is gonna be the book I read for Jane Austen July. I read Sense and Sensibility, I think 2 years in a row, not last year, but 2 years in a row. And I kind of need a bit of a break. I truly love that book. I truly do. But it's been a long time since I've read Persuasion. And this is actually my favorite Jane Austen book, so it's due for a reread. In this one, you have Anne Elliot, who is an old maid by everyday standards, but she has always been in love with Frederick Wentworth, but she broke off her engagement and now she's living alone, well, living with her family, but living as a single woman. And Frederick Wentworth comes back into her life after 8 years in the Navy. Colonel Mustard's in a military form. Navy, it's gonna work. I just truly love the second chance romance story. It's just such a good one. It's my favorite Jane Austen, and I'm excited to reread it again. If the Conservatory comes up, I'm gonna lose my mind, for real, because I can't. Although the Conservatory is an easier prompt, let's just see. Dining room. This will take some thought, but I'll check my pile and see what I have already that works. Okay, I'm going with a bit of a stretch here. This is how my game works. I stretch the prompts. But for dining room, I'm gonna go with the love letters of great men and women. This is a collection of letters from Napoleon, Anne Boleyn, Emily Dickinson, Queen Victoria, Oscar Wilde. The list goes on. I am putting this in for the dining room because it's a collection of people who are together. Even though this is a book about writing letters, I feel like it's a collection of people, and that's what you do at dining room tables or parties. Dining parties, you throw people together in a room, and this is just kind of a collection of authors and famous people put together. This will be for the Jane Austen July prompt of reading a contemporary, because this says that Mary Wollstonecraft wrote a letter, as well as Napoleon Bonaparte, who was alive during her lifetime. I don't know if anyone else is. I think it says Empress Josephine, which might be Napoleon's wife. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm gonna go with that. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but I think this will be a really fun read. And quite honestly, it's been on my shelf a long time, so I should get to it. Prompt number 3 will be The Rope. So this one is one that I am buddy reading with my cousin Megan. I have been trying to read this book I was reading it for a while and then I stopped, and it's been a good 6 months since I was reading it. So this is a book that I need to read because it is tying up space on my currently reading shelf. We're going with that. This is The Other Bennet Sister. So this is by Janice Hadlow. I am about 185 pages into this. I just need to finish it. I know everyone loves it, but here's the thing about me. If everyone loves it, I am probably not going to read it because I feel like the pressure and the expectation is so high that I'm going to hate it because it's just not going to live up to the hype. And it's just this mind warp thing, but it is the way I think. So I haven't been finishing this book because I don't know, I'm like, I didn't love a section that I was reading, and I was like, oh, if the whole rest of this book, I'm gonna just be so disappointed if it's like that. And so I just need to buckle down and finish it. Megan and I will be reading it over the course of July, and hopefully having a due date, a buddy read schedule will keep me on track and keep me tied to finishing this and like attach me to this book for the month of July. The next prompt will be Dr. Orchid. So this can also be Mrs. White. I have, I think, one of the perfect books for it. Let me just check. So also for Jane Austen July, I'm just knocking these books out, I swear. I will be reading Sanditon and the Watsons, which are the group reads as well as Sense Sensibility, which I'm not doing. But this has some leaves on it, which works for Dr. Orchid, also because she's a poisons expert and you use herbal things and poisons. So we're gonna go with that. This is like, this collection itself has Lady Susan, which I will not reread unless I just feel the inclination. But this one is something I should enjoy. I read them a while ago, so I can't actively remember what they were about. I know the Watsons was about, I think, a girl named Emma who she was like entering into a new town and a new cult or new group of people, a new social group, and things were just going to start from there. And then Sanditon, I remember a little bit because Charlotte was also picked up by some people and taken, or was being taken. I'm not sure if my memories are of the show or of the book, but I want to reread this because the show didn't grasp my attention like Jane Austen normally does. So I'm excited to read the original material and put that on my TBR. Okay, next prompt is the lead pipe. I got a good one for that. This is my book club book, The River by Peter Heller. This one is a Canadian author, and he is, the book is about Wyatt and Jack, who have been friends since college, and they are on this camping trip. One day they hear a man and a woman arguing, and then the next day the man appears on the river by himself, paddling alone. Is it the same man? Where's the woman? So it's a mystery. It's not too long. It's, I think, 250 pages or something. Yeah, 253. So it's short, but it's a mystery, and it's a river which is running water, and that's what pipes are for, running water. So we're gonna put that in there and count this for the lead pipe. Next prompt is The Hall. I'm going to be reading Voices from the World of Jane Austen by Malcolm Day. This is a book I hauled a long time ago. This is a contemporaries of Jane Austen book, so it's different people who were around during her lifetime. So who does it say? I know there was the Prime Minister. There were a lot of people. It doesn't really say on the cover, but I am excited to pick it up because I have owned it. I was going to read it last year, I think, and I didn't. But The Voices from the World of Jane Austen is going to be my nonfiction book about Jane Austen's lifetime or her world. So gonna have that one on my TBR, and I am happy to start reading it and hopefully mark it off my to-read list. 3 more left. The next prompt will be The Billiards Room. Okay. This one throws me a bit of a wrench, but I'm gonna see what I can figure out. I think we'll just go with my Agatha Christie book that I've picked for this month. It is based, well, this is a book from a series, so that's why it's gonna be for the Billiards Room, and that is A Pocketful of Rye. This is for the Read Christie 2024 challenge, which is to read books from the 50s and 60s, or that she published during that time. But this is also for the Buzzwordathon, which is to read a book with a measurement in the title. So I feel like a pocketful is a pretty good measurement, something you can actually measure. I don't remember this mystery, even though I have read it before. So it'll be interesting to read it again. Maybe I'll figure it out along the way. I don't know if I said it was Poirot before, but it's definitely Miss Marple. And I'm excited to pick it up again, actually, because I don't know the ending. I have forgotten it. I have read all of her mysteries like this, so this is kind of a nice refresher for me as I'm going throughout the year. So this will be for Buzzwordathon and the Read Christie 2024. Okay, next one is the study. This will be, I have an ebook coming from the library that is about, I can't remember now. It's about Queen Elizabeth I, something about her and another person, but I know it's written by a Sophia. This is how well my memory is some days. But it's written by a Sophia because I need it for the Golden Girls Reading Challenge, which is this month, to read a book written by or about a Sophia or Estelle. I will have all of the authors and titles written in my description so you can check them out, but also a link to their Goodreads so you can see which one I'm talking about. But it's a nonfiction about Queen Elizabeth I and another woman in her lifetime, I believe, and it's a nonfiction, so we're gonna go with that for the study. I really should know more. I did just request it because I am missing my other Sophia book, so we're gonna go with this one. Like I said, it's in the description box if you're wanting to know the name of it, and if not, it'll be in my wrap up whenever that comes out. Okay, last draw will be the Revolver. We didn't get the Conservatory. How wonderful. All right, let's do the Revolver pick. I have most of my books on here, but I think I need my sunglasses book on here because upcoming month for the Book Covered Book Club is sunglasses on the cover. So let me scour my shelves for a book that might relate to the Revolver, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. So I found a book with sunglasses on the cover, but I don't know if it works for the Revolver. So actually, I'm gonna make it work. So this is called The Last Mrs. Parrish, and this is by Liv Constantine. I've owned this one for a while as well. There are sunglasses on the cover, so that's perfect. This one is about Amber Patterson, who's fed up with being a nobody, and she is married to a real estate mogul. I don't really want to know too much more going in, and I guess we'll relate it to this by being, it's a shot in the dark that it has a revolver. And that's also related to the Revolver. I don't know anything about this, so I'm really shooting blind in the dark. And we're gonna count that, even though it is a bit of a stretch. So that will be my sunglasses book as well as my Revolver book. So for the Beaches and Books Readathon, I will be reading as many books as I can for this reading challenge, just to try to challenge myself. So the first one is to read, for Seashells, is to go to the library or ebook and pick out a book. And so I did that with my Queen Elizabeth I one. Still don't know what it's called, but I will show you in my wrap up, or maybe I'll vlog. I might do that, we'll see. The next one is to read a book that you have saved for later. And I feel like this one kind of fits the bill for saved for later because I had planned to save it for Jane Austen July last year. Haven't read it since, and so I need to read it now. The prompt of Waves will be The Other Bennet Sister because it made waves in the community and it was a far-reaching ripple effect. Everyone loves this book, which makes it utterly terrifying, but I'm gonna count it for Waves. For Starfish, it's a 5-star prediction. I don't make 5-star predictions, to be quite honest, because I have too high of expectations for books then. But I know this one's a 5-star, so I hope that's not cheating. Persuasion is a 5-star book, so I'm very happy to put it in here. If it doesn't work, I'll say that The Other Bennet Sister might be a 5-star because everyone seems to love it, even though I might not be everybody. For Beach Party, I'm gonna use The River because it's a book about friendship, which is the prompt. About two friends on a college or on a canoeing trip. That's about friendship, even though it is a mystery. For The Ocean, which is a book about underwater settings, I'm gonna twist this prompt, and I'm sorry. I don't have anything on my shelves that's right now striking my fancy. So we're gonna go with the Egyptian Book of the Dead because I believe, if I remember right, in ancient Egyptian beliefs, mythology, they believed that you would go on the river and have these interactions on the river, or related to the river, and it's in the underworld. So it's under, and there's the ocean. I'm sorry. I'll try to find something better, but this is my thing for now. For the Sunshine, which is gonna be a book with a yellow cover, we're just gonna change copies here, okay? We're gonna do this version of Persuasion because it's yellow, okay? It's gonna be this version. For Sand Council, which has a book about royalty or castles, we're gonna go with Love Letters of Great Men. Sorry, of Great Men and Women. This has kings and queens, royalty. For Beach Ball, I'm gonna go with an interesting pick. This is about sports, books about sports. I'm gonna go with a nonfiction called The Climb by Antonio Bravakiv. This is about Mount Everest, and rock climbing is a sport, or mountain climbing can be a sport. It's not a sport I do, but I think it counts. This is a nonfiction just about a tragic event that happened on Everest, so let's read it and count it as sports. I have an arc that I need to read, and I don't think I'm going to get to it before the end of June, and it's called Cole and Layla Are Just Friends. I think this one only has 2 POVs, and that works perfectly for flip-flops because that's the prompt of 2 POVs. I think that one is just Layla and Cole's perspective as they fall in love. It's a Christian romance. I still need to get to it. I'm just really behind because I've got a mammoth I've been reading lately, and it's taking up my time. So the next one is Rainy Day. So read a book during a rainstorm. We'll see if we get one, but it will probably be an ebook. I currently am reading the Cleopatras, The Forgotten Queens of Egypt, and I think I'll have that done by the end of the month, but if not, I have other arcs that I need to get to, and those are nice and easy to read in the rain. Well, in my house in the rain. The last one is Boardwalk, which is to read a book in a beach town. Sanditon is a beach town, if I remember right. So that'll be fitting perfectly for that prompt. I only have one other book to mention, which is our group read that we are about halfway through now, maybe 40% through. And that is The Tale of Genji by Murasaki Shikibu. This one is a mammoth, but you're welcome to jump in and join us. We read about 20% every 2 weeks, and our next live show will be on the 13th. So this is where I'm starting, at least in the month of July, and I will be reading to this point here. So I'll be reading this one. Please join us if you are interested. It is getting better as you read further, and it was a lot to get into, but I am actually enjoying it now. Just depends on the perspective you take when you look at it. So please join us for that. If you are ready to jump in and chug along, you can totally do that. This will be part of my reading plans for July. I will not finish it though. I will finish it in August. So that's it. Those are my reading plans for July. I feel a little overwhelmed, but at the same time, I feel challenged, which is good. So please leave me a comment if you will be reading anything for Jane Austen July or Beaches and Books. I'd love to know. Also, if you have read any of these, recommend them and have any other better ideas, especially for books set under sea. I'd really appreciate that because this one's good, or I hope it's good, but I feel like that's pushing the prompt. Anyways, please let me know any recommendations you have for that. I would love it if you would like and subscribe if you are new here. That just makes me smile. Thank you so much. I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.